Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream where we have some meltdowns kind of spread across multiple markets today. Metals, and so the commodities market, and then you have crypto market, then we have equities market. Different bad things, whatever. They're all just isolated incidents for now. But yeah, finally, man. Remember what happens when you're in impulse mode? There's no edge ever. So you're always at the slot machine, always pulling the lever, always flipping the coin. Yeah, these things happen. When you exceed 2618s, when you're in the middle of nowhere at $4,400, whatever, peak euphoria, normie scrubs around the world lined up to buy physical gold, silver, metals. Yeah, and it's like, it's not even a big deal. Oh no, trading at the same price it was trading at October 14th. What, like a week ago? Yeah, like who cares if it's down, if it was down 5.29%? Who cares? Who cares if gold goes to $3,451? If it did that, it'd be the highest low in the history of gold. You wouldn't even believe it. So who cares? Remember, you develop an edge when consolidation structures mature, when they conclude their development, when they near their apex. And you don't have that. So nothing a swing trader could do. We can just look at it and be like, wow, this thing's going crazy. It's a bubble. They're bubbling this. Yeah, bubbling, chat. But hey, who knows where it's going to end? It'll probably pivot, and it will probably make fresh all-time highs maybe next week. It's so crazy, right? We just don't know. They might go back, test $4,000 first, and then we run. But yeah, it was pretty high volume been coming in. Really high volume. Like this week, the highest volume we've seen since 2022. But whatever. Let the FOMO scrubs get obliterated. They literally deserve it. Every single effing one of them. Yes. Silver, same thing. If you're a FOMO scrub buying this stuff at these levels, you deserve nothing but to lose your shorts. To be naked when the tide rolls out. But it's not even over. It's like, what? They went down to 47.91. What's that? 47.91. I think it's a weekly candle close. It is. It is the highest weekly candle close ever. That April 25th, 2011, that week. That is what they did. That is all they've done so far, is just gone down and tested that. Okay? Look how many weeks, consecutive positive weeks we've had on silver. 9 in a row. Hey, what about the TD sequential, bro? Nines. Here's your 9. Perfect. It finally was respected. It never does, right? It never goes literally 9 and then reverses on 10. They did it, man. What do you expect? My God. So I just don't know who in the world would be just like Pikachu facing this. You know what I'm talking about, the meme. All right, but whatever. It's down 6.45% on the week. Not a big deal, man. All metals. Probably the least surprising in the metals would be platinum, because it hit that, was it platinum that hit the level perfectly? Yeah, it was perfect, man. So they dumped this one. It was down 8%. Who cares? It'll put in probably its highest low and run again later.
Hey Mitch,
Palladium, I'm sure pulled back.
Powerfleet stock, AIoT, Nasdaq also. I think I hold to larger Rivian position. Rivian will play out in 2026, I am predicting.
What's up, Croc man? What's up? Thanks so much, Croc man, for the $20 contribution. We will look at Powerfleet stock. You also think you hold a large Rivian position? You are predicting. All right, man. Well, it's not about predictions. It's just about structural developments that increase our probability of positive resolution marginally. That's it. Scott Carney, you know, he streamed today, and we looked at Rivian at my request, and he is right. He said we do need some on the top and some higher highs, and he's right. We haven't had a higher high. We only get higher lows. So it's like, yeah, when higher highs on Rivian? Good question. All right, so here's your palladium. It dumped 7%. All your metals, they smelted down, and it's no big deal, man. Hey, coffee futures. Coffee futures. Couple of Tendo men. Highest daily candle close on coffee futures since September 15th. We got, what, 5-week highs, and soon a test, and soon a breakout, and then we will be steaming the hot cup with handle full of coffee steam. Measure move the top of the steam, probably like 560 if we measured it. I'm telling you, man, there's a chart. What is it? I think it's Bloomberg's commodity, total commodity. I don't even know if it's on TradingView. I know we have DBC. I'm just not sure if it's an aggregate that is. Oh wait, Bloomberg Commodity Index Futures, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be. Oh, it is, dude. Y'all, this is unreal. All right, saw this. This is the chart though. Look at the complex inverse head and shoulders behavior. Let's go to the weekly first, just so we can get all the data and see it. There's not much here. And in fact, I really wish they would have painted this pattern a little bit lower at $90, $92. But it seems like maybe they were just using this swing low 2015, 2021. This is a beautiful structure. Find me a structure more symmetrical and more perfect than this. They got the shoulders, they got the toes. What a beautiful momentum shifting structure. All right. Breakout would be above 107.60. And you'd imagine this would probably be going up to at least 122. Swing low from 2013. So just pay attention to this. I mean, it really is just more like if you want the complex inverse head and shoulders painted, it's like 1 and 2, and then your lowest low, and then they're turning it around like perfectly. It is perfect. So it's just. So everyone in the world should have their alerts set up maybe like 108. We hear that. We got a beep going on. We got a big breakout happening, unfolding. So just commodities, man. And I think coffee futures might very well be what spearheads this breakout, possibly. Not sure what other. I mean, maybe metals continue to rally. Wonder if soybeans is ever going to do anything. What about sugar? I'm not sure. Sugar looks terrible. It's not going to be sugar. Based on what's going on with it. It just lost a major level. It looks like it's getting ready to melt down. Good. We want sugar to dissolve, right? It's always best that way in our whatever. Our ice cream or our any sort of leisurely dessert, okay? So not good on sugar futures. But rice futures looks bad too. Rice futures is real bad. My God. Where's the beef, man? It might be live cattle futures that continues. So coffee futures along with live cattle futures along with cattle feeder futures. I wonder if oat futures are going to do anything. Not really. Not great. What about corn? Is corn going to do things? Corn's got an M shape, all right, but maybe we need a type 2 return. Yeah, corn actually might be helpful because you think about corn here. It's like a mega bat pattern that's already completed on the weekly. XA, B, C, and then D. That is perfect. All right, so corn futures, coffee futures. The parabola continues on. Live cattle futures and feeder futures. All right, I'm assembling a team. I'm assembling a team of the commodities. What about soybeans that, you know, for good reasons had been destroyed? Maybe, you know, there's a tension on this one now because China stopped buying billions of dollars worth of soybeans overnight. And Trump's like retaliating and trying to defend soybeans. Soybeans also near that magic area. It's a big shark near an 886. Wonder if they'll be reversing this now, or if we're bear flagging, we're just bearishly consolidating. We mark down one more time. It wouldn't be a big deal if we did. Not as good looking as some of the other ones we looked at, but interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, just for fun, you know. We're just having fun here, okay, when we look at these. Anyway, so I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but my brain just like started freaking out when we saw certain things. Like it really could be. You wonder, there is evidence of accumulation. But, you know, you get accumulation in downtrends, okay? Accumulation and downtrends, accumulation and downtrends. So it could just be more of the same. But they are, for the first time, recapturing the 200-day simple moving average. They don't do that very often. It's interesting. Could be a ascending triangle behavior that is marked as a reversal ascending triangle. You see it? I'm assembling a team. Cotton futures. Chat, anyone want to? Cotton? It's been getting murked, but I don't really see much here. Still below the 200 moving average. Not great. No edge or anything like that. Okay. Cocoa futures. Gonna make a comeback. Sweet mother of God, no. This thing's gonna keep dumping most likely. Gasoline futures. Nope. Gasoline futures cooked. See, it's like some of these commodities look terrible. My God. What about lumber futures? Remember lumber futures, chat? What happened to lumber futures? Where's the ticker now? Oh, and we're going to get off of this, okay? Sorry. LBR. All right, it's LBR. Oh, lumber futures looking kind of interesting here. Kind of. Doesn't look like extremely weak or anything. It's not like melting down like we just saw on cocoa futures and gasoline futures. So yeah, lumber futures all right. It's not too bad, man. Okay, what about wheat futures? We'll look at one more wheat futures. Ugh, had M shape in there, but nah, the trend is still woefully bearish. Bad trend, man. You're gonna continue dumping most likely, way lower. All right, mixed, very mixed bag. All right, let's shift gears. You know, so gold and silver, the metals smelting down today was like the headline. It was the title of the stream, and then we can just real quick run over to Nflx. Not much really to look at here. It just had an earnings report that apparently wasn't really good at all, and they're woke and they're garbage. So it's down 6.3% after hours. What was it, their EPS? Yeah, they missed on the EPS, and they were right in line with the revenue. So bad earnings. Trading where we were at, right at that gap, the unfilled gap from October 6th. Seems like they're going to fill it tomorrow. And it was funny, talking to general chat in Discord. It was like, well, it looks pretty good with a confirmation low here, so it's probably going to dump, right? And it did. It was me. I was memeing because you don't act like you know. Not good. And then there is a stock no one really knows about. Put it on my watch list like a decade ago, literally like 10 plus years ago, called Atomera. And it was terrible technically. It looked like, wow, this might be a good short. 506 regarded as resistance, below the 200. Very bad after a rally. And it was down 50%. And you can't tell right now. It's down 39, 40%. It's currently trading where we were at in October 2024. So, which is the same price in 2017 or whenever. I'm telling you, this stock has been around. Maybe this isn't the one from a decade ago. Maybe it's only from like 7, 8 years ago. It felt like 10 years ago. Certainly trading lower than it was back then. But yeah, meltdown. Very bad stuff. And then you look at, so that's like some major market action. And then crypto, we had a catastrophe. Kind of hilarious, but is it Caspa or is it, no, what's it called? Cadena. Remember we called this the redneck Cardano because a redneck would call Cardano Cadena. Obliterated. They're closing up shop. There is no consequence to anyone who holds this garbage. This is crypto. Welcome to real crypto. No one will pay. No one will be indicted. No one will go to jail. People who started this scam, this fraud, they did it to enrich themselves, chat. They did it to rug pull you. They did it immediately. They did it in 2022. Whatever. Maybe there's more data somewhere. It pumped and dumped like all the rest. It doesn't matter. They're done now. They just said, well, we don't really have a working product, service, or good that could help humanity, and we're just kind of done. We've offloaded everything we could on anyone, so. And their headquarters is a Discord server, of course, so Cadena. That's it, dude. Congratulations. Hey, at least you had some bearish price action before it collapsed. That's great. Even before the, Binance scam liquidation event, they're retesting it now. Retesting those lows. All right, I hope it goes to zero, and I hope the people that created this find karmic justice, since no one will. They won't pay because crime's legal, so hopefully the universe destroys their lives in every way you can imagine. And maybe people, whatever, where they get hurt the worst. All right. So those are just some notable things that occurred. Apple made a fresh all-time high today. OpenAI announced a web browser, and it made Google freak out and dump. And after hours, Google has completely recovered from that. Let's go to Bitcoin, man. What happened to Bitcoin? A very dramatic day, and the drama's not even over yet. It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, dude. Well, we talked about the bullish dragon pattern that was confirmed with a breakout of the supply line. It was really nice to see buyers back test key 109 levels, 108s. And then it started running, and they took it to 114,082, and then it collapsed. I mean, from there, it's down stupid amounts. Yeah, down like 5%. What a joke. That's just garbage. No one's safe. Any move up that happens in crypto is typically going to rug pull you. That's crypto. It's cool. We're still trading above all supports, though, for now. I mean, except 112. No, I'm sorry. We're way below 112. I'm sorry. 109,358. We are currently trading below that. But at least we have a little bit of leeway all the way to 106. Below 106 is death. Below 106 equals 100,000 and lower. So still, your dragon's still valid for now. You just hope that this holds the next 28 minutes as is or a little higher. And then, they keep testing and holding this zone, and we finally get a positive candle. There's optimism here. You're still okay. Bitcoin down 1.5% on the day, not that big a deal. It's just, it's real bad, man. Like, remember, we're talking about in a 308-day period, Bitcoin has yielded 0.46%, 0.5%, if not 1% of yield. Sorry. In 10 months, you can't make money in on Bitcoin holding. You can't in 10 months. It's not possible. Unless you speculated and you bought low, that's fine. But I'm just talking about from that December peak to now, nothing. Great market. Great market. I mean, and you should go to like a traditional market. You go to the stock market. You go to a metals market, commodities market. I mean, incredible year-to-date performance. And then you got Bitcoin. Can't do anything. So I just hope it holds. I hope the dragon's real. I really do, man, for the sake of all of us. What happened to Bitcoin, man? They just kind of forgot about it, I guess. Still over 100K. That's great. Still above the 200 moving average for now, dude. It's just for now. Such scammy moves. Okay, Ethereum down 2.37%. It's super dramatic, man. Like, it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Oh, we're screwed. Oh my God, we're okay, and we're screwed again. Like, it is literally what's been happening on Ethereum the past 24 hours. Look, dude, below 39.50. I just can't sign off on it. I can't. I cannot, in my right mind, want to own Ethereum below 39.50. We're currently effing around there, not making higher highs. Have currently put in lower highs and lower lows, and it's just really hard to believe if Bitcoin, if everything we're seeing are liquidity grabs, last points of supply, you know, maybe what could be Wyckoff distribution, you know, down here. If this really is the final phase of Wyckoff distribution, Ethereum is so effed. Everything's effed. This whole market will get destroyed. Holy crap. For you to own an altcoin is just like, you might as well just go get a bonfire going. It's very inexpensive. You know, get friends and then take all the money you were going to put in these scam coin cryptos and just throw all that cash in the bonfire and have a celebration. Get drunk while you do it. I mean, it would be way more fun than just owning Atom Coin or Ape Coin or Algo Coin or Cardano or Comp Coin or 36 million others. Yep. F crypto. That's all I can say, man. It's a bad market. Real bad market. But hey, maybe they recapture the level. Keep smoking the hopium. Let's do it, dude. XRP. Remember, there's nothing in the world positive about this right now. Nothing right now. I'd imagine on some insignificant time scales, maybe some hidden bearish divergence locally. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't been to the, why would I ever go to the 4 hour on these coins anymore? There's just no point. But I will. Yep, there it is. Yep. Definite hidden bearish divergence on the RSI, failing to break into the bullish control zone. Oh yeah, cooked, man, cooked. Impending price action, continuation of the downside. You just wait for 190, 194. And if you never get there, then we'll talk after buyers somehow miraculously recapture 272 and hold it. And then we make a higher high for the first time since July. A real organic, man. It was a nice dragon breakout. It was a real nice dragon on XRP back in the summer, back in June. That's it then. I mean, just wait, lower prices on XRP. And if XRP is telling us anything, that means Bitcoin's going lower. Is XRP telegraphing us that Bitcoin's screwed? I wonder. I really wonder. Ethereum, right, on the daily, lower highs, lower lows. Distribution, below 39.50. I mean, it's cool that we had a little dragon idea, but the dragon can be invalidated. These altcoins have no argument at all. None. You're out of your effing mind to think XRP has any sort of bullish argument. No way to manage risk, but definitely setting up for lower prices. Daily RSI, they trying to recapture the neutral zone, but any downside, you're going to be falling below 40. So, and now, all of a sudden, when we were maybe okay on total,
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
all of a sudden we might be screwed again. And this is how crypto goes, man. We got maybe, I mean, we really could be looking at like the absolute, the end, the last point of supply, liquidity grab. Just trying to get the last amount of people before they dump this thing way lower. This is everything. This is the threshold for you being like, oh, I might have some cautious optimism on crypto. above 3.62, 3.67. But if we're below it, the only thing to do is I will not own crypto. There's nothing in the world that would make me want to own this asset class at all. That's the threshold. That's what this gray zone is. It's everything, dude. So I hope you're just ready for the resolution, which was either we were going to recapture and we were going to reconfirm, we were going to hold and we were going to run, and the verdict was still going to be out because you have to make higher highs, which good luck on that, bro. Or we were going to lose this level and we were about to get destroyed. So bearish engulfing candle in the midst of being painted today. I just hope it holds, but how could you have any faith in this asset class? You're out of your mind. You're delusional. Beanie Babies, Beanie Baby. They're Beanie Babies forever. Now and always. Hey, look, Bitcoin at its low point, down 2% now. Oh, look, dude, it's like mini crashing. Don't you love that it's mini crashing? Let's see here. Is it any better on Binance Coin? Remember the guys that scammed they literally did Margin Call, the movie. If you do this, you will kill the market. Binance killed crypto, like the collective crypto, not Bitcoin, but the collective crypto we understand. They killed it. Like, what faith would any person have in this market ever again after what they did? It was only on this exchange that many different assets went to zero, where people were 2-time levered and they had stop losses set up protectively, and the market makers completely rugged every support, and people with 2-time leverage that, like, almost impossible, like, based on how low it would have to go, they were stopped out, or they were liquidated. Excuse me. They were not. There was no one there to buy their stop losses, so triggered a running stop. Now they've back tested the channel as resistance, and you're rolling over. You're just waiting on $1,000. See what happens there. But hey, it's great that CZ, they still have an asset. Their asset's still very, very elevated, but the rest of the market's in shambles. I guess they don't care that they killed crypto as we know it. Solana, any better? Yeah, a little better. Only down 2.2%. Yeah, this is actually pretty tame. But the problem is, as discussed yesterday, we are not able to, you can't sign off on an asset until key levels are recaptured and reconfirmed as support. And unfortunately, all they're doing is reconfirming the validity of a support resistance as resistance 3 days in a row now. 3 days. So it's like, the longer you do this, I think the higher the chance 160 is a target. And the channel, by the way, was broken too. There actually today, the old demand line of the channel that was so well respected, it's actually flipped to a supply line yesterday and today, really. So probably you'd get a better entry at 160 if this is real. Man, look what they've done to this market, chat. Kadena, just one of them. Believe me. Do you think Kadena's KDA is the only one that's going to do what it did today? Down 60% plus? Nah, man. There's going to be more. There will be many more to come. Lots of red in crypto. But that's kind of the gist of it. Remember Cardano looked bad? Looked real bad here. Dude. Yeah. This is the worst thing you could ever dream of. What they're doing today, I don't even know how it could get any worse outside of follow-through price action. But I'm talking about a technical development. It can't get worse than this. This is the short seller's dream, actually. Hey, man, one just goes short on Cardano, Hoskins and Sons coin. Stop loss maybe above 69 cents. For the memes, but really the range today has been regarded as resistance. That's it. That's a beautiful technical indicator. What was once resistance in the past is resistance again. In a downtrend, distribution, lower highs, lower lows. The downside potential is almost unlimited here. It's massive. It's so good on your, look, I'll just show you. You now have that up thrust, that test of up thrust locally. Beautiful. So you get this. It's like this. It'd be so simple. You would take on minimal losses if it failed. You see how a strategic the stop loss could be just above that 2022 high trading range peak, right? 2023 as well. And your downside minimum, conservatively speaking, I believe maybe right here, 1, 2, 3, the swing lows from this year. 2.5 to 1, kind of tough. Maybe tighten that stop a little bit. You can maybe get a 3, maybe get 3 to 1 right back at it. And then, you know, target 2 on Cardano could just be an inflection point from 2023, and then target 3 could just be either 41 cents or 37 cents. 1, 2, 3. I mean, simple bread and butter short trade setup. Easy. Very strategic. It'd be a very strategic setup with good reward to risk. 3, 4.2, 6.2 to 1. Okay, does that make sense? Cardano. Utter trash. I know Hoskinson's son, he's not a bad guy or anything, but his coin's garbage, like technically speaking. Excuse me. All right, 14 minutes to the close. Bitcoin's still trading above at least a few levels. Trading, so it's like mixed bag. It's like it's above 109, or it's above 106 to 107.7, but it's below 112 and it's below 109.358. Those are big deals.
Sold 3 years of dollar cost averaged BTC at 107K last week. No edge anymore. Secured those profits. No FOMO.
Hey, at least you're only paying long-term capital gains, at least, man. Yeah, that's good. Well, again, I don't consider Bitcoin the same category as crypto, like at all. Like Bitcoin is not Ethereum or anything else. Bitcoin's just Bitcoin by itself. It doesn't need a crypto. Everything like just orbits around Bitcoin. Like, yeah, dude, we're like Bitcoin too. Yeah, man. Like Bitcoin gives legitimacy almost to their names. Bitcoin's Bitcoin. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if it pulls back to 100K. It doesn't matter. These altcoins, though, they're inverse of gonna be okay. Again, go start a bonfire, set your money on fire with your friends. Way more fun than buying Cardano right now, buying banned coin or CRV or Dash. Well, Dash, I don't know, man, down 7%. You know, those privacy coins actually were anomalous, very anomalous and notable, remarkable. Zcash, Dash, R, Monero. But everything else, though, mark it down, dude. Melt it down like all the others. The sword of 1,000 S coins turned somehow into the sword of 36 million S coins.
00 cracker tip $25. Shorted RGTI at $54. Any input on the chart when it should bottom? $30 to $32?
Well, double cracker, thanks for the 25, dude. We'll look at RGTI, your AI bubble stock, but remember, the only way we can develop an edge is when consolidation structures develop and then we get forms of price action correlation to key levels. That takes time, lots of time. And RGTI, great lineup. Impulse. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you, dude. Okay. I mean, look, you want other ones, dude? Like what? What, you another one? Let's just randomly go to, I don't know, Avalanche coin down 4 point. Dude, this is like another Cardano situation. Like this is the worst thing you could ever dream of if you care about levels. Like hey, let's go retest $10. Like, that's almost what Avalanche looks like right now. What are they doing? They are legitimately testing the inflection zone, the bottom, springback test. Oh my God. Springback test in 2023, resistance reversal. It's like unlimited downside potential. 17, 15, 11, you name it, dude. Avalanche about to live up to its name really well. Nice price action here. Dude, just get ready for like that kingdom come, that will be done at $11 as it is in heaven. Wow. Remember, you could set your money on fire and it'd be more entertaining than owning Avalanche, okay? Good luck, dude. It was going to change the world, I know. The Avalanche bros, they were doing their marketing, right? Dude, it's going to do it, man. That's just a random coin I looked at. I don't know. I mean, you want to look at a couple more? We can try, I guess. INJ, remember that one? Dude, that one was also going to change. Below 942, what is there to do on this? It's just like you're waiting for it to probably retrace 95%, 250, $3, but probably 560, $6 down here. But dude, my M shape, yeah, have fun, bro, have fun. Caspa coin, 6% down, dude. Let's go retest 0. What's up, static trading? Thank you, dude. Well, you're right.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
There's bears out here.
Look what they're doing on Cas today. Caspa. Dude, this was an old target area of a short, by the way. And it was perfect. They have now lost it. No way. They've lost it, and they're now regarding it as resistance. No way. It's like 3.3 cents is the target now. Unless they recapture and reconfirm 5.4 cents as support. Look at your trend. It's so bad. Oh my God, dude. F crypto. I don't really look at these. I don't even look at them on stream anymore. Now I am today, and it's just like, what happened? Even Tron had trouble. It's only down 0.25% today. Tron's been struggling with distribution, but of course, the Communist Chinese is keeping this thing propped up. This is like Justin Sun and CZ. They got something going on. Like they're bros. It's the the game that you're. It's the club and you're not in it. Who knows with this one? Performing better than almost all of them. But what about stuff like VeChain? How sad is this, dude? Oh my God. They had the M shape. This was it. And then lower highs and then a retest and then a lower high below the 200. This is the worst. This is terrible. This is like, okay, we're in crypto extinction territory. Ice Age stuff. Look at the zone that's been here for years. Years, bro. I kid you not. Candle close from 2018. They've not just lost it. Look at that. Oh my God, before. There's no... I haven't even been to this to see the carnage.
Hope you had an awesome B-day, bro. Could you check out Whirlpool? WHR.
Waluigi, thanks for the 20. Yeah, dude. As soon as I get done with this little exorcism here of these cryptos, not only did they take it to 2 cents, which is the top of the inflection zone, where all these crazy things have happened when they've defended as support, they've now flipped it to resistance. And now the bottom of the zone's resistance, the bearish and golden candle. I have no words. It's very bad. These are terrible technical events going on. What about Tezos? Remember Tezos? Only down 1% today. Everything's okay, bro. Dude, it's just turning into an M shape. It's just an M shape, bro. Well, below 62 cents. I don't know how you could ever want to own Tezos below that swing low from August 2023. What? All right, I'm just letting you know. Let's move on, man. Let's get out of this effed up market. Oh, Bitcoin's Bitcoin though. It's gonna be all right, man. It's, you know, sell-offs, not a big deal. Crypto is in a way worse situation than Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin's gonna be here for a very long time. I can't say the same for these cryptos. If they are gonna still stay around, they're gonna be at levels not seen since 2017 or all-time lows. The way things are looking right now. Oh, God, it's like Shiba looks terrible. They're all terrible. Like, every one on my watch list just about is like complete trash. We're just trying to look for something endearing, and it's just like, man, God, man. Dude, like something like QNT, $84. Is it an opinion that it's a level? We'll see. Back to 2022, back to October 2023, April 2024, and more recently, when they lost the level, they went straight down to the next support, liquidated probably every single person that existed in QNT. They ran it up, but now look what they're doing. Like, as of today, they're losing that level again, and you're about to bearish lean goal with 5 minutes to go. Like, Bitcoin's above supports. It's okay. It might be very well fine, but these altcoins are not the same at all. All right. I'm done with them. Okay? I'm done looking at them. Sorry. But we haven't done that in a while. It's painful to do.
I binge catch all your streams for golden nuggets. You the man. Can we check out MMM? Thanks, bro.
Yeah, we're going to 3M. Thanks so much, 28 money, for the 20. The Golden Nuggets, dude. Isn't that like a basketball team? Thank you, dude. Well, you know, Spider closed flat today. Very flat. Near all-time highs. And that's it. Still, you know, the channel is still like being regarded as resistance, right? The old demand line, supply line still hanging around. No big deal. Okay. Dow Jones hit an all-time high today, so we gotta like at least play the Jesus chimes. Not just intraday all-time high, but on the close, record close. This pleases me. I wonder if we adjusted for that wick down there. If it, yeah, maybe that was a, maybe that's how they were playing it. Oops. Maybe something like that. That's wild, dude. All right. So there's like finally something good to look at. NASDAQ down 0.16% today. I think culprit might have been maybe a little Google. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's still just in this channel.
How you doing? Can you please take a look at SUI/USD on Coinbase? Been in this channel since the OG days. 2017 days. Love your TA. Respect the TA.
Zaza Joe, thanks so much for the 20. You're an OG. Big time. I don't think you want to look at SUI. I don't think you want to look at any crypto, dude, that's not Bitcoin right now. Because they're all going to go in the same effing direction if things don't go well for Bitcoin. If this dragon fails on Bitcoin, we are done for a while. Thank you, dude. But we can look at SUI. We got a couple of requests before that, but I mean, why not? Like, while we're... one more. IWM. Rose 2000. It's fine. It's doing just fine, man. You got to think this is great. We're still broken out above the old all-time high from 2021 and 2024. Still broken out, man. Just flat down a little bit today, 0.5%. The great news is like they could take this thing way lower and it's still going to be in an uptrend. So I'm just looking for one day like some small caps go insane and we start really going in price discovery. Because if we do, we can target easily from the previous high to the low, And you see a 265 target, 275, 290. Those are your fib extensions up there. 265, 275, 290. Hope we can get it, man. One thing that is notable on the day is 20-year treasury bonds hit multi-month highs. In fact, hit the highest level since the lows of the crash earlier this year. Insane. It was up almost a percent at the highs. But remember the positive price action we received at 88.62 a couple times. And then that really nice, I mean incredible inverted hammer. One low, and then the second low is an inverted hammer. And look at us now. Again, the highest daily candle close seen since April 4th. And there's probably more upside. The things are starting to turn around on it. I mean, you might be targeting legit. There's a couple peaks here and there, but you're probably hard targeting for 97, 97.64. Treasury bonds, chat, doing things. Pay attention. I'm no economist. I'm just letting you know. 10-year also doing the same thing. These treasury bonds. All right. Gold going metals going parabolic, insane. Commodities look like they're inverse head and shouldering, about to break out like insanely. Small caps look really good. What a weird market. What a crazy market. All right. We'll see here. My God, man. You know, it's just like General Motors made an all-time high today. Can you believe it? We had a dragon pattern on this thing earlier this year. And here it is, dude. Up almost 15%. Broke the all-time high just by a little bit. That was the highest daily candle close ever on General Motors. We have Tesla earnings tomorrow after close. I wonder if we'll get something comparable or not. And old Halliburton was up 11+% today. Nice. You know, all these higher lows coming in up against big resistance. I wonder if Halliburton's going to have a great shot. I mean, dude, you are on a mega breakout watch. Mega breakout watch. Above 20, like this 25.16 level that you kind of closed above, you did. The sky's the limit. There's so much upside on Halliburton. So pay attention. Warner Brothers still doing things. Oh my God. Was this breakout, man. The highest candle close seen since April 2022. Look how they back tested 1723 as support before running. Wow. 3M, we're just looking at it because this is a long-lasting thing. This was when we were really interested in it, okay? We really, really cared. Down here, it was like Triple D in many ways, just its own flavor. Highest daily candle close since August 2021. Your small caps, man, doing things. 170 is your big target. You break that. 182.50, you break that. 217.70. Not much to say besides insane. Nice uptrend. But again, we care more about how can the trend reverse, or is the trend reversing before our very eyes, and do we have structures that have concluded their development and they're correlating positively to key levels from history? I mean, this is all happening where? And we have evidence. Like, there's documentation of these structures that have been identified, you've been pinged about. If you watch the stream long enough, vehemently enough, you were watching when this was identified. A beautiful bullish crab pattern with an inverse head and shoulders with a momentum shift, and that was all she wrote. Continue higher.
What up, Mitch? Can you give a Finance 101 lesson on how Treasury yields impact equity markets? Thanks. Also, Netflix dragging market down? Guess woke isn't bullish, eh?
Thank you so much. Jesus Chimes, the daily candle closed. Bitcoin survived. Not all the way, but it did survive at least levels above 107, 107.7. That is a big deal on the daily. It just is. Your candle closes back from last year and early this year. So, and you're still not making a lower low yet, even locally. So you might be okay here. It was just an ugly close.
Mitch, can we take a look at AVBP? Thank you always.
Anonymous up, dude. Thanks so much, dude, for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at AVBP. We'll do it, man. Bitcoin is not crypto. Bitcoin's technically okay right now. You're going to start saying it's not okay below 106.8 though. But we're okay now. Alright, yeah, we can get in these requests. Let's do this thing. Even though this was a request, it just happened to be kind of convenient. First request of the day though was AIoT. And as you can see on the screen right now, that was a bearish engulfing candle and a close literally right at that old 2024 candle close reversal and test. Man, that's like such a big deal, dude. You gotta hold that, dude. Well, they did kind of, but ugh, I hope it holds, man. I pray to God. Powerfleet Incorporated. Let's go to the weekly. Foreign chart to me. Good lord, man. You're gonna be sitting sideways for a long time, aren't you? You can clearly see the big inflection like points on the bottom. 172, 271. On the top side. Okay. They got that swing high reversal from 2000. 2014, 18, 19, and then more recently February this year. So unfortunately you're in between the two big levels. So if you ever wanted to trade a range, you're always looking to trade the bottom or near the bottom. You're in the dead middle of this range. So how can you strategize? It's pretty tough, man. Yeah, pretty tough here. I mean, they're confirming $4 as support on the weekly. Doesn't stick out as crazy. Do we have a structure? Well, the only thing I see going on is kind of like it's a lower high than the previous high. And locally, they're kind of like one high and a sec. They're kind of confirming a top here. And it's an 886 high to low. So this is definitely a good spot where it might pull back more. But I just can't sign off on this being a strategic entry anywhere around here. So you're just in the dead middle of a trading range. You've been confined in. It's prison, okay? You've been in this prison since 2008. Good luck getting out of prison, man. Nothing I can sign off on IoT unless you get a 271, 172, and a structure develops down here. Then we could talk. Sorry. Thank you, though. Thanks again, Croc, man. Rivian, it's trying to put in a higher low again, man. They're trying to show more than before. Don't count it out. People will, though. Yep. Analysts are downgrading Rivian. That's it, man. That's the composite operator. He's got these analysts on his payroll. Yeah, dude, go ahead and queue up the downgrades so I can keep the price suppressed so I can buy more. I have not gotten my fill of shares. That's a composite, man. On Rivian, probably. Okay, let's see here. RGTI for double cracker. Because there are two crackers always and a bag of crackers. My God, man. You know, I think I'll tell you, the Japanese candlestick, all time. This is an all-time hanging man reversal with the follow through the next day.
I think
it was my birthday or something.
Could we take a look at it?
Yeah, birthday
Thanks.
week. You can't look at all these all the time. There's so many, but dude, that was a dream. I wish I was here on the 15th to see RGTI and be like, dude, that was a hanging man. I just wasn't here, and look at that. Never, ever. When there is a huge rally, when you see a hanging man like that, it's time to think. It's time to say, hey, maybe that's the indication. Because the next day it was down 15%, and you're down Since that 15% drawdown, you're down another 17, 18%. So a big pullback going on RGTI. It was a matter of time. At some point, they were going to pull it back. Probably looking 34.30 to take a little profit on that short. Maybe if you're lucky enough to get there. It's a gap fill kind of to that around that level, 35.40. But that's it. Like, that's your only support resistance, 28.50 to 34.50. What did you say? You said 30 to 32. You're probably taking 32. Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, it's either 34 or 28, right? Those probably be if you got in on a short at. Please tell me you took that hanging man short. That'd have been legendary, dude. Short at 54. Oh, it looks like you did short the hanging man. If you got short at 54 bucks, you're just like, my God, they gapped it down, dump it. That's a dream, dude. I'd imagine the other ones are like that too. QBTS, IONQ. Send it lower. Thanks, dude. But yeah, that's your target area. This little consolidation area. If it went any lower, you'd be looking like 22 bucks for a gap fill. All right, Whirlpool. Gold's still melting down. Is that true, Larry? It is. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, gold down 2+% on the new day. Yikes. Big yikes. He's right, man. The FOMO scrubs. I mean, that was it, man. If you were on X, you saw it. It was in your algorithm. If you're in this community, if you care about trading, you saw all the lines around the world of the stupidest, dumbest, most poverty-stricken money standing in line for a mile to buy spot price gold when it's at its highest level ever, 6,000 years plus of being a store of value. And it's just like, why were you not in? You didn't have to be in line. You could have been buying gold a month ago, 2 months ago, 3, 5, 4, 6 months ago. There would have been no line. But you're just doing it now. Are you out of your mind? You deserve to lose money. And guess what? You deserve it because you need to learn a valuable lesson. And maybe you won't make the same stupid mistake, but they will. Next cycle, it'll be butthole coin. There's just no physical lines for butthole coin. They'll just virtually stand in line for it and buy it at its highest level ever at the peak. Wow. So Whirlpool that did have a really nice springback test in May. It ran and then just, up thrusted through. And then they, the beautiful, luxurious bearish back test of the up thrust, back test of up thrust, gap down on earnings and lack of demand. Couldn't even see the 200, much less the top of the range. And here we are. You just recently put in the lowest lows since 2020, and they're just sitting there. And it's a bullish engulfing candle today. This is a key level. So here's the thing: do you really have a structure in this situation? I wouldn't say necessarily. So you don't have much of an edge. All you have is a signal candle, maybe. Only way you were asking about this. You said, let's see, can you check out Whirlpool? You didn't say anything much. Well, OAG, only thing you can do is probably have a stop loss below that Japanese candlestick's open, or 72 bucks. If you wanted to long this, you might get stopped out tomorrow, but I'll show you. 73 bucks. What is it? I'll show you. Swing lows back in 2010. Swing lows from 2007. Swing high from 2003. Swing high from 1998. And then the initial swing high, 1994. That is a key level of levels, all right? They are trying to defend it. They're trying to recapture and confirm it, I guess. But that's probably your cutoff. This is like a straight up waterfall. Like, to lose this level, look at the consequences of losing it. Your target is like 45 bucks, 44.70. Straight up. Look, when they test it and fail, look where they take it. 44, 45 bucks. Over and over and over again. So you do not want to be in no way do you want to own Whirlpool below $73. That's it. All right. The scary thing about this, if you're a harmonic bro, you know what I'm about to do. The context of this is so scary. It just makes me not want to own it at all, because you have an X, you have an A, but then you have a very deep 886, 786 retrace, butterfly, best case. Yeah. It's a 78% retrace, then the lower high on the C point, then minimum 1272 for the completion of this wave structure. So minimum 6320. But if things got bad, 1414, 57, or 1618, that would be the thresholds. $50. Then if you want a harmonic optimum price, let's go to the 192. Oh my God. So low. It's like 39 something. So this makes perfect sense wherever we're going. The trend's not your friend. The trend is right in line with this thing. You're identifying a bearish wave structure and an undeniably bearish trend. They could do this, man. They could literally do this, and it's going to still most likely be the same outcome. You might hold here, you might rally, but given enough time, this is probably going to resolve. So I wouldn't actually. Based on this, I wouldn't touch Whirlpool. Maybe even for the short-term profits, I'm good. I want to long an asset in a long-term uptrend, not long an asset that's barely hanging on after making 5-year lows, holding on here, and will most likely only make a lower high after this. So what's up, downtime? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look. CNC. Good luck on Whirlpool, dude. You might luck out with a rally here, relief rally at support, but it's going to be short-lived. There's no way. Like, it's just I think it's extremely improbable that buyers are able to muster enough demand to take the price above the previous discernible swing high. Nope. Trend is friend. Trend is super bearish. And this is a bearish wave structure in a bearish trend, so it could be reliable, and if it's reliable, it'll perform well. All right, good luck. We'll see. Triple M, we already looked at it. SUI for Zaza Joe. The S coin that went to zero, right? Or almost went to zero. Dude, S coins are up, man. Oh my God. Dude, you said this. Yeah. Well, the most recent event to occur on SUI after the liquidation event is terrible. Just like many others we looked at early on the stream. Right, most recent piece of data is 297 is confirmed as resistance.
Thank you, Mitch, for your unwavering integrity and all that you do. Could you take a look at DVLT?
Cars and crypto, or just cars crypto. There's no cars and crypto. Cars crypto. Thanks for 20. We'll look at DVLT. Thank you, dude. Yeah. Thanks for the kind words. That's it. That's your event. That's the most recent event that exists on SUI. Well, I guess after that is the lowest low. It was lower than the liquidation event where traders set it up. It's terrible. So you just got to say targeting 218 to 196 now. And if that doesn't go well, then I'll see it 139. If that doesn't go well, 88, 51 after that. So not great. Not great at all. If anything, I don't know if there's really any way you can manage your risk here. I mean, maybe someone would be like 235. I just like crypto is a momentum-driven asset class. So if we're just making a bunch of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, that's your momentum. The momentum is in the hands of the sellers. It just is. When can I get consecutive higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows? What's wrong with this? Why can't we do it? Because crypto, there's too many cryptos, and there's not enough liquidity for them all to survive or flourish. And then, again, the liquidation event virtually killed crypto. I would just imagine the lack of activity in crypto now after that event. Like, the trust is gone. Like, there wasn't much trust, but dude, that was it. That's like the worst I've ever seen. Like, in terms of like Binance doing that or letting that happen or whatever, just pulling the rug as market makers on everything. All the orders gone. artificial supports. It just proved like, oh, SUI, that's just completely owned by Binance. They're the only ones that had supports here and here and here. There's nothing. So maybe eventually SUI retests that low at 55 cents. Who cares? It's SUI coin. You gotta have trust, man, and CZ's, exchange has killed it. So good luck on your recovery. I hope it. I wish you fortune in the candles to come. God. Treasury yields impact equity markets. I mean, correlation can be passing. Inverse correlation can be passing, but I'm no economist either, and I don't study bonds or treasury, and yields, all that stuff. So, all I can do is tell you that right now equities are extremely hot. They're going wild. Crypto, excluding Bitcoin, looks like complete crap. And most of these altcoins look ready for lower prices. They just do. There's not enough liquidity, no trust. Trust is gone. Crypto, gold and metal, they're going nuts, but they're dumping now, but not much. Like it's still up so much. Gold and silver are probably going to still keep rallying in time after any pullback or sideways, given enough time. And then treasury bonds technically just look good. Like we looked at the TLT earlier, like it's wild, highest level since April. So people are possibly gonna start utilizing bonds as a safe haven for some of their capital after all these gains made in the super hot rally we had throughout the year after April. Maybe they're just rotating some of that into a more defensive position, which I think is kind of smart, for now. Maybe wait for some value to present itself again on the markets because there's like none. Sorry, dude, you can't look at the index funds and their just number go up for months and months and months nonstop. Not even a 5% correction at any point since April. Not 5%. So people just, that are smart with a lot of money would just say, all right, well, I've made enough money in this insanely hot, crazy market. So maybe I'll just take a little off and put it into something defensive that's starting to technically look okay again. No, never. Zazajo, never. We'll never get that again. Remember what was happening in 2021, chat? You had so much fraud, so much leverage with the fraud. You will never see that again in crypto. The amount, 1,000% more cryptos exist with. It's virtually like, right? I saw something that kind of explains this. Think about crypto in 2021, Do and Mashinsky and Sam Bankman fraud, all those people with all that leverage, all that extra excess money from the money printer in the 18-month period from 2020 to 2021. Think about the market was on steroids. And now the market is natural. You'll never see that again unless we're on steroids, okay? So don't even think that was our 1929. That was it, man. The everything bubble. Until somehow we get actors like that. Remember, you had SBF that was like in cahoots with the SEC, Gary Gensler. They were bros, man. Forbes magazine, like the trust. We'll never see that again. Nothing quite like that. So your favorite S coin will never see its heights again. Nope, 99%, if not, probably 99+% of cryptos that exist will never come close to their all-time highs ever again. And ones that are even higher market cap, you can't believe it. They'll never see all-time highs again. Not even close. So anyway, people maybe are good with their gains and they're just like, all right, that was nice. Technical development on TLT looks good now. Yeah, Mel throw some big cash and some treasury bonds now and wait for the markets to present value again. Because there really isn't value right now for major market cap stocks and the index funds. Yeah, anyway, let's go to the next
When did you
request.
really mature and start to realize your actual full potential? 5 years in and I keep making the same mistakes.
Took me a long time too, man, to really get there. I got lucky though with Nvidia in the beginning, so very lucky. But in terms of like the trading aspect, I mean, I started at 22 and the trading really didn't click and get completely and utterly refined over. It got refined over and over and over again. Different things, trying things, failing. It probably took me 5+ years too, man, maybe beyond, to really get into the harmonics and implement that. It took a long time. So, but I didn't start streaming till like I was 30 or something. So yeah, you didn't see a lot of my journey and how many times I had to change things and figure things out before I got to a point where I was live streaming. So I would just say never give up, continue to refine it. And thankfully, like, you know, I'm here. So I am trying to be the tool that I never had when I was going through my 20s learning this stuff, self-taught. So much crap, dude. Like, there's just Fibonacci circles and Gann waves. There's a lot of stuff that just isn't gonna help you, and it's not practical to have in your strategy. And I had to learn all that, and here I am. So hopefully I can kind of expedite that process for you a little bit. But thanks, dude. Let's see. Next request was AVBP. Airevent Biopharma Incorporated. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see here. We got an M shape. Definitely got it. Whoa, we got an M shape and an M shape. Hang on now. All right. This is interesting. Very interesting, actually. And before the, you know, their trial causes cancer and it crashes 50% in a day, but M shape, type 2 return. Like you got the bat pattern, it looks like. Almost a Gartley. My God, it's beautiful. How about that? Type 1 reaction, type 2 return. I like the evidence of a little bit of accumulation on the second test. How about that, chat? It's really pretty. You just gotta be really careful with these because pharma, they don't ever make money. None of them do. And you just don't know when that fateful collapse is going to happen. Like I just said, these are like driven by news catalysts, and it's FDA approval, some sort of new drug, whatever. No volume on this either. 337,000 volume, so that doesn't meet the minimum criteria, but it's a wonderful M shape. I just don't know if you want to own it because it's pharma. So the closer you are to 1430, 1550, the closer you are to the bottom of a range. That'd be the lowest optimum risk area. But yeah, you got the M shape, and you do have evidence of more than before. So look, there had been so much demand that the sellers were unable to even test 1550 again when they had before in August, and then another higher low came in September, and now you're just hanging around. So like, where would you set your stop? It's very tough. Like, how would you enter now and set up a stop strategically? It's going to be, I mean, maybe below 17 bucks. But either way, this is pretty cool looking. I mean, this is the framework. I just don't know if AVBP is going to rug pull you or not. It's interesting, okay? Great request, just because I know why you requested it, right? Yeah. Go for the education, right? I mean, if it was going to play out, then $26 would be your target again. Then 30, $29.50, and then 36 bucks. Keep your eye on it, man. Next request.
Carl tipped $25. Sorry for the late request. Can we check out Dollar Mug?
Sure, dude. We'll do it. Thank you, Carl. 25. Modog. Modog. Thanks, dude. All right, let's see. You bought some Jack and have a stop at what? Jack. Jack in the box? Yep. Yeesh, what did they do? Did someone tell them that, oh my God, let's go to the weekly on Jack in the Box. I've never been here before. I've never even looked at Jack in the Box in my entire life. And here we are. I don't know if you'd call this a bottom. I mean, it's the COVID crash low. Has anyone eaten a Jack in the Box, chat, lately? Because it's kind of showing that the food sucks. So they're just back at this level from 2001, 2009. Your inflection zone here. I just don't see any. I mean, the volume's the only interesting thing about it. Like, oh, there's high volume. Oh, there's an inverted hammer last week. Okay. Yeah, whatever. You said you bought some. You have a stop loss. Stop loss at the low. Yeah, dude. Look, man. We want structures. We want really nice evidence at these lows. I don't think you really have much of a structure here. But hey, if you have a stop loss at 1660, go with God, man. Do your thing. Like, it's not the worst idea in the world. You got a million plus volume on this thing. You're at the basement. If it fails, you'll lose almost nothing. You lose very small amounts. It's a strategic stop loss. Heck, dude, why would you ever in a million years want to own the asset below 17 bucks? You wouldn't, and that's where your stop is. So fine. I just don't think you have an edge, like a structure that is giving you evidence that there's a greater than 50% chance that the level will hold and it will rally here. And even if it did rally here, there's no evidence that it would be a resounding rally, a resounding recovery. You have to have structures that develop on the weekly at key levels that take years to develop sometimes. Like, if you wanted a real strong edge on an asset like this, you want something like this, and then, oh no, they violated it, and then another higher low, and then, oh my God. Sorry, my freaking hand slipped. You want something like this. Sorry. It's so hard to like paint because something like that. I mean, that would need to develop over the course of like a year and a half. A composite operator's evidence. Like the evidence he's there, he's buying. You don't have that right
robot
now.
Recommended biotech. Man shrugging emoji. Saluting face emoji. Peepo PLS.
Chad, I'm getting really hungry. I've been live an hour and a half, man. Hey, Jim Cramer goes live for an hour, and he tells people the inverse of everything, and then they all get destroyed. I mean, come on, man. Hold on a sec, dude. Okay, so good luck on your Jack in the Box. It is super jacked up, that's for sure. CNC. Centene Corporation. Wow, what a crash, man. My God. What a crash. And that's just a big no from me, dog, forever. Gotta go to the weekly on this one too, so you can just see the devastation. What did they do? healthcare. This blow up with, what was it? United Health. Yep, so you can clearly see where they bounced it. The scalpers came in August, and it rallied. But again, no structure. No idea when this is going to conclude. See below 37.86. You're in a downtrend after a massive crash. It could be selling could be done, but don't you want like some sort of second test or something of evidence that like there's someone here and he's accumulating a position? I think you would want that, but you don't. It's just not enough, right? There's no framework for risk management here. Like you're below, you upthrusted through resistance and you failed, and you're just at $36. And there's unfilled gaps below you. I just don't know how you would play this. Strategically, I have no idea how you'd play it. So I wouldn't touch it. But hey man, you do you. This doesn't have the framework for chart patterns, price action, correlation to key levels as it stands now. You talk to me when it hit 25.70, I'd still be like, dang man, I mean, it's a level just like Jack in the Box. Hey, you could long here and set a stop loss up just below this level from 2015, but you don't really have a much of an edge. So, but it rallied. The coin landed on tails and it rallied. So I guess since the bottom you've been uptrending. You could probably plot like a channel or something. Yeah, look at that. Here you go. Hit the demand line. It's a real nice candle today. All right, so demand that demand line. Maybe they go test 37.86. If they break it, then 41.78 would be the target. So that's your channel, okay, on CNC. 1 and 2 here, and now 3. Hope it holds. TVLT. Data Vault AI. Oh boy, here we go. Just another. There's another one that was. Looks like they never make money. And they rug pulled. Oh my God, did they not rug pull? What is the all-time high on DVLT? Hey, look, man. At some point, they put the name AI in. This is at one. Look at this: 250, 600, $1 million. At one point, I've never seen anything like this. At one point, this was $1.684 million per share on Data Vault AI. What is this? I bet it wasn't AI back then. Maybe it was 2018. Stuff like this, you just kind of stay away from. Just being real. They never make money, of course. They've had high volume in the past 30 days, that's for sure. Look how to scale out to like be able to see this chart. Going from $1.684 million per share to $2.50 per share. Up against the resistance. 266, big resistance. Good luck. I hope you break it. I hope it goes to $1 million again. Nothing to do, nothing strategic. No. One thing that's cool about it is 167 was recaptured and then reconfirmed as support, and it rallied from that. So that's your cutoff, I guess. 167. I don't think you would want to own it below that. Okay. Data Vault. Oh, the crypto treasuries. Yeah, that was a scam. If you were watching the stream yesterday, I dropped the fact. If you don't know, this year, okay, in 2025, market participants who have owned Bitcoin, let's just say digital asset treasuries, including Bitcoin treasuries, they have lost a collective $17 billion. Scam. Big scam. How can you say that when Bitcoin, we already looked at it. Bitcoin's about flat year to date. 10 months since December's all-time high, it's flat. And market participants owning companies
How do you
that
kill the FOMO? How do you kill the need to rush? Is it because I'm chasing? Is it because I need the money? Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, treasury companies, man, are bad news. Very bad news. All premium and NAV, whatever. Like, people getting paid and it's not you. And how do you kill the FOMO? You have a mental polarity as an analyst trader. And eventually, doing the right thing, given enough time, that mental polarity shifts. So the default mental polarity for any new market participant is to feel FOMO and certain euphoric feelings when the price of an asset's pumping like this, right? You see that impulse. You see gold and silver going nuts. You get that, I gotta buy it. If I don't buy it now, it will continue to rise. But if you shift your mental polarity, then you begin to get that same feeling when structures develop like this. You get that literal, oh my God, I'm going to miss it. I've got to go long. When the M shape completes, the type 2 return is there, the slightly lower low, the bullish divergence on the oscillators, you get that feeling here at supports. And then you're setting up your strategic stop loss in case it fails, and you know your upside is maximum. So you have to do it over and over and over again. You stick around this community, and tell me how many people that are watching right now, your mental polarity shifted, it flipped. The pole shift, you get that as a trader analyst. So that's what happens. You learn how to identify structures at key levels that increase your probability, knowing you have max upside, tight stop losses, strategic stop losses. You start getting that FOMO feeling there. And when you see gold, you want to puke. You're like, oh, look at all these losers in line buying gold. Screw them. They should get wrecked. I hope they get wrecked. They deserve it. Who are they? They're greed. They deserve it. Because you invested in yourself and you understand the difference. It takes time though, lots of time. The pole shift. The mental polarity shift. Anyway. Next request. MODG. Top Golf. Let's go. Top Golf. Top Golf's fun, man. I know it's like stupidly expensive, you know, for normal people, but they did break out. Look, man, I haven't been here in a while. Look at that. It almost reminds me of TLT. I don't know how this thing could be doing well if the dumb money they're struggling, you know. So you're way off the lows. I mean, my God, you could have in early April, you could have had a golden chance. But yeah, here they broke out. They back tested the breakout. It's just ranging now. I mean, you virtually have a rectangle. You're rectangling. Could be a bullish structure if the trend's reversing. A nice inverse head and shoulders here, kind of. To break out. You would probably, well, gosh dang, there's a lot of resistance, isn't there? Right there, 1014. To break that would be huge. They break it, look what they've done. They broke it in 2016 a couple times, confirmed it, and went on a crazy run. So, wow, look at that. Look at all these swing freaking lows, dude. Going back to 1998. Topgolf existed in 98? No way. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal, man. God. What are they doing? They're trying to break that right now. So you break a 941, 1014, that's probably huge markup potential. And your trend could have already reversed. So that's not bad. Topgolf. I've heard, right, that it's not going well. Things are going bad for Topgolf. Like, it's like already done. It's already like cooked. Maybe people aren't going there anymore because it's just too expensive, and I don't know, demographic shifts, whatever. So people, y'all tell me, like, didn't Topgolf get wrecked? I mean, I enjoy it, but I know other people don't or something. So 1014 is the big level to break. You break 1014, it's a quick ride to 1459. And you break 1014, you start running, it's like, oh yeah, okay, we know for sure the trend's reversed. But you already have this mega downtrend that could be, you know, broken. Nice. Okay, and then the last request for now. I mean, hopefully it is the last request. No one's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, dude, this dude's like live for an hour 40 minutes. Let's do a request." Like, really? ABSI. Well, weren't we here? They held the level, and now you're above 437. If 437 holds, given enough time, you just go to 566. I mean, it's just another one of those like IPO crash. Maybe they're accumulating here. So it's like you're not, the risk management, right? It's very hard. How do you manage your risk? It's like 242 to 940, or sorry, 242 to 294. That's like your zone. That's probably the level to manage risk if you're trying to set up entries and stop losses strategically. You're impulsing. So anytime you're impulsing like that, it's like, okay, you don't really have an edge. Old resistance, it seems like they're trying to hold above that. So if they can continue to hold above that, then I just think you'd be targeting for 566. They break that, 669. You break 669, you're probably running to like nearly $10, 963. So all these lows are higher than the lowest low, which is good. Yeah. Bro, come on, man. I gotta eat dinner.
Hype in
like,
the chat.
Hour 40-minute stream. Come on, man. Like, I'm a human. I'm so hungry. I work out with a personal trainer almost every day. And then I stream after. And then I go a long period of time. Yeah, DocuSign looks really good. Like, it looks phenomenal. Like, stop loss below 65, 69. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence going on right here. People would be like, it's distribution. It could be. It could be like a descending triangle, but descending triangle with a trend that is reversed. It's bullish. Yeah, buyers defending that level really well. Either way, it's not our job to act like we know which way it's going to break. We just know that, hey, couldn't you set a stop loss up at 65 bucks and let this thing ride? Yeah. See, you got to love the context here. The lows, the higher lows, the big rally, the higher high, the highest high, and then the highest lows. Descending triangle. Oh no, if it breaks, you get stopped out. You don't lose that much. Go on with your day. It's going to run to probably 50 bucks. But see how big of a deal this is on DocuSign? This is huge, man. This is actually insane. Yeah, 65 to 68. Above that, there's no telling where this freaking thing could go. If you're just trying to think here or guess, maybe just the top of the pattern. Pretty much in line with this swing high from 2022. Close enough. If you ever broke that, there's nothing. Straight up nothing above that zone. Maybe 158 after that. That's really nice, man. Up 2.5% today. Look at this. Positive momentum just beginning to build today. First time since September. Yeah, I like it here. I actually do. And I know people be like, descending triangles are bearish. Not in this context. And if they are, who cares? If it's going to resolve bearishly, then F it. Have your stop loss set up. You don't lose much if it fails. But your upside's great. Like, dude, your upside eventually, I think would probably be targeting 48% to 50% upside. DocuSign's kind of crazy here, man. Good request to cap off the stream. Good job, man. Very nice. Not bad, man. All right, Bitcoin hanging in there. It's holding supports. We know. It's holding support for now, chat. And in Asia, you know what they do? They always do dumb crap that doesn't matter by pre-market. Whatever was going on is over. Like, okay, so don't trust Asia. They're just day trading. It's gonna be up and down. And yeah, let's eat. Exactly. Thank you,
Hey,
dude.
let's eat.
Thank you. Wow. Someone just tip in to, you know, be nice. Thank you, instead of needing something. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah. That sucks. It turned into a bearish engulfing candle. Lost 109.358 on the close. That was a nasty close, man.
Pardon again, Captain. I feel halfway there. But certain assets, do you feel the FOMO stronger when you miss them? Like it hurts more when it's an ex-girlfriend. But just like girls, I guess it's the structure, not the name, so find the next one, lol.
Yes. Find the next one. You miss it, oh well. There's always going to be another opportunity. I mean, typically I'm not really feeling pain anymore, like on markets. You want to kind of be more like a robot. Cold. No expectations. No euphoria. Though it is nice, though, when you long a structure, like LAC, for instance, is crazy, where it's like you're sitting in that thing for months. People are making memes about it every day in chat. People are like, dude, LAC's lacking. What about LAC, bro? This one's not doing this. And then, like, you know, eventually, oh, but it all made sense in the end. Of course, composite operator just takes 10% equity in the stock. It's up 100% in 2 days. So, yeah. On to the next. That is right. Thank you, dude. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contribution, and everything in between. I gotta eat some dinner, man. I'm starving. So I'll be back. Until next time. Respect the tea. Hey.
Beach ain't doing things.
Carl tipped $25. Sorry for the late request.
Try my love. This is all I wanna do. You are all I care. Kisses every night. Kisses all for you. This is what I wanna give to you.